Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to my channel, Max My Heartbeat. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone for cooperating with me and making me to do my 100 videos successfully. I want to do more and more videos, and I want to encourage you people in learning mathematics. I hope you will also watch my videos and learn mathematics. So today, in our today's class, let us discuss about ratio and proportion in our basic mathematics. So already I have explained so many topics in basic mathematics like rational numbers, whole numbers, afterwards integers, fractions and decimals, and now we are in our next topic, that is ratio and proportion. So what is mean by ratio? So ratio is an ordered comparison of two or more quantities of same units. This is called ratio. Yes, for suppose, I hope everyone knows coconut trees, right? They will be very tall. Yes, if for suppose I am taking height of one coconut tree is some 75 centimeters and other coconut tree is some 80 centimeters, right? I want to compare the height of these two trees. Okay, first tree is 75 centimeters and second tree is 80 centimeters. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is a coconut tree. Like this, two trees are there. This is of 75 centimeters and one more tree is there. This is of 80 centimeters. Okay, I want to compare the height of these two trees. Yes. How to compare the height of two trees, that is these two coconut trees, means I have to take ratio there. Ratio of first term, first height of the first tree is to ratio of the height of the second tree. Understood? So height of the first tree is to height of the second tree. See here, whatever the symbol I am using in between, this represents the ratio. Understood? And this is called is to. What is this symbol called? Two dots. One dot above and one dot below. This symbol is called is to. So now I have to find out the ratio of the heights of two coconut trees. Then what I will do means, in general, if we are taking, we can do division also. Division of first term with the second term. Here, this is the ratio. So what is the cancellation here? Yes, 15 5 75, 16 5 80. So 15 is to 16. Yes. So the ratio of the two coconut trees is 15 is to 16. Clear? So the symbol used for ratio is to. Okay. So now let us see how to write symbolic form, fractional form and verbal form for a ratio. So the ratio of two quantities A and B is, okay, A is to B. So now I want fractional form of ratio. So fractional form of ratio is equal to, so in the form of fraction, how we will write? Numerator and denominator. So here our first term becomes the numerator and second term becomes the denominator. Clear? So whenever we are writing ratio in the fractional form, then we have to write like this: A by B, where A is our first term and B is our second term. Okay. symbolic form. So symbolic form of ratio is nothing but this only, A is to B. Understood? Means by using the symbol of ratio we are writing. Okay, so that is A is to B. Next, third one, verbal form. Verbal form of ratio means how we are reading that is called verbal form. Means A is to B. Understood? These are the three important forms of denoting a ratio. Either we can use fractional form or we can use symbolic form when we are writing a ratio. Understood everybody? So in this we have one more important, I hope. First of all, note down the definition of ratio along with the forms, that is fractional form, symbolic form and verbal form if you want. Okay, so I am erasing now. So let us learn, understand deeply about the ratio in today's class. So I already said that ratio is a comparison of quantities of two units, comparison of same units. Okay, so A is to B. Here these are the two quantities of same units, but always we can't call those as quantities, they have some special name. Okay, so here our first quantity is called, that is in brackets, let us take this first quantity as A. Okay, first quantity A is called, what is that called? Either we can call it as first term or one more special name, that is antecedent. Understood? This is antecedent, not accident. Okay, both are different. Be careful while you are writing accident and antecedent, if not you will get accident. Clear? So next, second term, second quantity. In brackets, what is our second quantity here? B. So B is called second term or consequent. Okay. Yes. So this is the very important concept related to ratio. I repeat once again. So our first quantity A, whatever we are taking, that is called either first term or antecedent. Okay. And second quantity B is called second term or consequent. Clear? These are very important concepts. Next one more important topic is there, but before that, so let us do some practice about antecedent and consequent. So the antecedent of the ratio 5:7 is dash. Second bit, the consequent of the ratio 3:11 is dash. Okay. The sum of terms of the ratio 1:9 is dash. Okay. So these three bits, let us solve. Let us write the answers for these three bits. So antecedent of the ratio. So already I have said no. What is antecedent? Antecedent is nothing but first term, right? So what is the first term of the ratio here? 5. So our answer is 5. Okay. Next, the consequent of the ratio 3:11. So consequent means what? Second term. So what is the second term here? 11. So our answer is 11. Next, the sum of terms of the ratio. So first term plus second term. Together we want the answer, that is sum. 12 plus 9, that is 21. Understood? Like this we have to write the answers for the bits. Clear? Now let us understand one more important concept, that is simplest form of the ratio. Okay? How to write the ratio in its simplest form? So very important, simplest form of the ratio. Okay? So first, suppose I am having the ratio as 275 is to 125. Is the ratio is simplest form here? Is the ratio whatever we are seeing, is it in simplest form or not? No. Why? Because this is also a multiple of 5, this is also a multiple of 5. Means we can cancel it here. So how to write it in simplest form? See here. So 275 divided by 125. So if it is there, if any number has 5 in its ones place, then that number is definitely divisible by 5. So we can cancel it with 5 here. So 5 5s 25. Again 5 5s 25. Again here 5 2s 10. Again 25 remains. 5 5s 25. Again we can cancel now. 5 11s 55. 5 5s 25. Now is it possible again to cancel? No, not possible. So these two numbers are co-primes now. Means they have only one as the common factor. Such numbers are called co-primes. So now we can write this in the simplest form as 11:5. Therefore, the simplest form of the ratio is equal to, what is the answer we got? 11:5. Understood? This is how we have to write a ratio in its simplest form. Okay? So now let us see one more example related to ratios, and with that we will end our topic. So example. A milkman adds 250 ml of water to 1 liter of milk. Find the ratio of water to milk. Okay, this is our question. So a milkman is adding 250 ml of water to 1 liter of milk. Means what a milkman is doing means he is taking a 1 liter of pure milk, and for that milk he is adding 250 ml of water to increase the quantity of the milk. Clear? So what is the ratio of water to milk, we have to find out now. Okay, is it possible to take the ratio first? Is it possible to take the ratio directly here? 250 ml and 1 liter. So first write the given. So given quantity of water. So what is the quantity of water? 250 ml. Next, quantity of milk. So what is the quantity of milk? 1 liter. So can I take the ratio directly here? 250:1. Yes? No, we should not take like that. Why? Because these two are not the quantities of same units. See here, this is milliliters and this is liters. So whenever we see the quantities of different units, first we need to convert them into quantities of same units. Understood? So directly we can't write here 250:1. That is wrong. So we write 250:1 blindly without seeing. So that is wrong. So always ratio means comparison of quantities of same units, then only it is possible to write the ratio. So that is equal to, so 1 liter is equal to how many milliliters? Already in your lower classes somewhere you have learned 1 liter is equal to how many milliliters? 1000 milliliters. So now this is also milliliters, this is also milliliters. Now we can find the ratio. So ratio of water to milk is equal to, so first let us write it in a fractional form, 250 by 1000, right? So what is the quantity of water? 250, we have to write it in the numerator, by quantity of milk is what? 1000, we have to write it in the denominator. Now any cancellations is 0 0 gets cancelled. 25 table, 25 ones 25, 25 fours 100, so 1 by 4. So what is the symbolic form of 1 by 4? Is 1:4. Understood? This is how we have to solve the problems in ratios. Clear? I hope everybody understood the concept of ratios, right? So in our next class let us learn more detailed about ratios. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope everyone is watching my videos. If you really like my videos, share my video to your friends and inform them to subscribe my channel so that they too can learn mathematics from the basic level. So that's all for today. Take care.